Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing how I created this amazing flyer design for my PPA, because I'm currently doing my PPA at a radio station. And so this flyer is a flyer that announced that there's going to be live commentary for the women's AFCON final, the women's African Cup of Nations final, right? So I'm basically showing you how I created it right here in Photoshop, and as usual I'll give you all the assets that I used to do the flyer, so you can download it. Check the description box, download it and design along with me. But without talking so much, let's get right into the video. But before we get right into the video, smash that like button, drop a comment, share this video, and of course subscribe to this channel because more amazing content is coming. All right, now actually without talking too much, let's get right into the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to use, of course, the Instagram portrait size, or rather should I say the old Instagram portrait size, because currently Instagram portrait size is now 1080 by 1440, but I'm still going to be using 1080 by 1350 because that's what I originally used for this flyer design. All right, make sure all your settings are like mine, and including the artboard, right? And then click on create. Once that is created, the first thing I do is I'm going to bring in my color palettes, right? So even the color palette, I'm going to make it available for you guys. I'm nice like that. Once you have your color palette in, you click on OK. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a solid color layer, and it's going to be black, and I'll click on OK. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the footer. So I've already designed the footer. In order to save us time and energy, I'll just save it as a PNG and I've brought it in. Alright, so there's nothing difficult here. If you look at it, it is just squares and text, shape text. These are icons. Alright, there's nothing hard there. Alright, so I have my footer, it has been brought in. I'm going to leave it there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my players. Alright, so the two players, Ajibade and the Moroccan girl. I'll press Ctrl T, and I'm just going to adjust them a little bit like this. Alright, and I'll press enter. Alright, I'll select the Moroccan girl and I'll take her here. Alright, I'll push her up a bit. Alright, so I'll press enter. Now select both of them again, press Ctrl T. Okay, I still want to make them smaller. Alright, I think it's okay like this. I think they're okay like this. Now that I have them positioned, the next thing I want to do is I want to write my text. Alright, so I'm going to write commentary. I'll centralize it. I'll change the font to what? Poppins. Alright, Poppins. I'm going to start with bold, and of course I'll make it all capital letters. Alright, I'll centralize it. Okay. So once it has been centralized, I'm going to select it. I'll press Ctrl C, I'll press enter, I'll paste it again. I'll press enter, I'll paste it. That's 3. Right, I'm going to do it about 4 times. 4. Oh, let me just make it 5, and I'll press escape. So let me hide the image so we see what we are doing. So I'll come and select the second one. I'll change it from bold to semi-bold. I'll select the third one. I'll change it from bold to medium. Make sure to select the third one, change it from bold to regular, and then the last one, change it from bold to light. Alright, so you see what we have, and I'll reduce the line spacing. Okay, then I'll press Ctrl T. I'll come here, select the warp tool, and then I'll select flag. Okay, I'll select flag. and I'm just going to edit it like this. Make sure that your bend is minus 6 points. Let's try 6.7. Okay, so you can see the effects I have. Okay, you can see the effect I have. I think it's a little bit too obvious, so I'll go back and edit it a bit. Alright, I'll leave it at minus 3.7. Okay, now I'm going to bring back Ajibade and this girl, and I'm going to push down the commentary. I'll push it down. Okay, and then maybe I'll increase the size a bit. Lovely. Now press enter so you can see what we have there. Alright, then I'm going to select my text tool again. This time around I'm going to write live. I'll press escape. I'll change the font to Poppins. Poppins bold. Excuse me. I'll change the font Poppins bold. I'll centralize it, and this time around I'm going to make it a gradient. Do you get? So I'm going to click gradient overlay. Right, let me check if I already have the gradient saved. I don't have it saved, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use these yellows on my color palette. So the first one, I'll select this bright yellow from my color palette, and then the second one I'll select this darker yellow from my color palette. I'll click on OK. Right, and I'll just leave the angle at 136. I'll leave the scale at 144. I'll click OK. I'll bring it down. I'll not bring it down. I'll press Ctrl T, go to your warp again, go to flag again, but I won't make it too obvious. I'll just make it minus 5.3. Alright, minus 5.3. I'll press Ctrl T. Let's zoom in because I want to increase the size a bit. Then I'll double click on the live. Right, I'll go to stroke. I'll add a stroke. I'll make sure the stroke is a color, and I'll make sure that it is white. I'll leave the size at 2. Okay. So you can see what we have. So I'll select both the live and the commentary, and I'll push it down a bit. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the logo. Okay, I'm not sure if I'll give you guys this logo because it's not my property. Alright, I don't think I have the right to give it to you, but you can use any logo to suffice. So you can just put text there. You can just write Sun FM or write whatever you want there. Alright, so if you look at this logo, you see that there's a tagline under in white. I'm actually going to create a mask. Select my brush tool, reduce the size of the brush tool, right, and then increase my hardness to 100, and I'm going to erase that mask, that subtext. And what I'll rather do is I'll select my text and I'll write it. Okay, the leading lights of the airwaves Alright, so now that I've written it, I'll make sure it's not all capital. I'll reduce it from bold to italic, and I'll reduce the size. Let's try 24. Alright, so see what I've done. Instead of doing what I just did there, I've now written the subtext on its own. Alright, so we have our logo, we have our subtext. Let me further reduce the size of this logo. It's looking too big. Even the subtext is looking. Alright, so we have logo, subtext, we have our text. Next thing, now I'll start working on the background. So I'll select my brush tool, I'll create a new layer, and I'll select this ash color. I'll make sure that my hardness is at 0. and I'll dab in the background. Alright, I'll come to the back. I'll select this image. Alright, so this is an image of the actual studio. Alright, I'll place it here like this. I'll change it blending mode to screen, and I'll reduce the opacity. Okay, I'm going to move it up a bit. I'll reduce the fill. Reduce the fill to 21, not opacity. Reduce fill to 21. Add a mask on it. Select your gradient tool. Make sure that you're selecting this one, and then come here like this. So if I had Ajibade and the text, so you can see this is what it was like before, but now with the gradients I've added, it's kind of I've blurred it out. Alright, so let me bring all this back. Alright, so you can see what we have basically. Excuse me. Now in front of the text, select a new layer. Select your brush tool, select this light blue. Alright, and then come and dab. Okay, press is too big, and I'll change the blending mode to screen. Alright, so you can see what kind of the effect I've created at the back. Then I'm actually going to bring in a microphone. I'll bring in a microphone. I'll take it on top of them. Press Ctrl T. I'm just going to place it somewhere here. Okay, once it is positioned properly, I'll go to filter, I'll go to blur, go to Gaussian blur to blur it out. Okay, I think 5.6 is okay. Then I'll go behind them, and I'll bring in another the same microphone again. This time around I increase the size. See how you can see what I just did. I've increased the size like mad, and I'll just place it like that behind them. Okay, then I'm now going to write text. Alright, so the text I write to be WAFCON. WAFCON final. I'll bring it, make sure it's on top of them. Okay, now I can bring back the commentary. Alright, so that WAFCON final, centralize it, make sure that of course it's still Poppins bold. Alright, I can zoom in, select the final, and increase the size. And then increase the line spacing so it will come down a bit. Click on OK. Change the color to yellow. Add a stroke, double click on it, come here, add a stroke white too. Alright, once you've added that stroke, I think you can also double click on it again, add a drop shadow. Okay, add a drop shadow. I see my opacity is 60. You can just copy my settings, right? Copy my settings. Alright, so I've added the drop shadow. I'm now going to add another text. I'm going to add another text, which is 9 p.m. West African time. This one now, change the color to white. and I'll use it I'll make it medium. I'll also reduce the size. I'll take it down. Okay, maybe medium is too small. I'll leave it at bold. As reducing the size is enough. Okay, I'll take it there. I'll centralize it. Okay. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint a little light on Ajibade and the Moroccan player, because there's like a yellow highlight at their back, so some of the light should be showing on their body. So I'll select Ajibade, right, and I'm going to create a solid color adjustment layer, right, and it's going to be yellow, and I'll change the blending mode to screen, and I'll clip it to her. I'll select the mask, I'll press Ctrl I, and then I'll select my brush tool. Select my brush tool, reduce the size of the brush, make sure that your hardness is 0, make sure it's a soft round brush. And then I'll just come on. Make sure also that your foreground color is set to white. I'll just come on, lightly brush on her. Not so much, just basic stuff. Not so much, like I said. Right, then I'll double click on it and I'll go to this blending options. I'll hold Alt and to kind of adjust this. Okay, so basically right, so just basically adjusting it. You can erase it if you want, just change the foreground color to black, to erase, to draw, make it white. Alright, I can also reduce the fill, so make it not so much. And you go to the Moroccan lady, do the same thing, solid color, yellow, change blending mode to screen, and then clip it, create a clipping mask, clip it to her. Right, once that is done, select your brush tool and you can start painting the light on her. Okay, actually I clipped it to the wrong thing. I was supposed to clip it to her. Alright. Okay, let me actually just do it again. I've deleted that one. Create solid color is yellow, clip it to her, select the blending mode to screen, and then press Ctrl I to invert the marks. Right, then make sure your brush is white, your foreground color. Oh, the brush is white, and just brush a little bit. Then double click on it. Use your blending option to blend it in. Click OK. Reduce the fill. Then you can also erase some of it by changing your brush color to black. Okay, then I think I'll do the same thing again also for the microphone behind them. I'll still do it for them. Clip it. To clip is Alt and click in between two of the layers, or you right click and you see create clipping mask. Okay, do the same thing. Okay, the same process basically. Same process. Alright, so that's basically all the elements on the flyer. The last thing I'm going to do is come to the top, press Ctrl Shift Alt E. You're going to create a snapshot of all the layers. Right click and convert it to a smart object. Then you're going to go to filter. You're going to go to camera raw filter to edit. Okay, once you're in camera raw filter, you can now start playing around with the sliders until you get what you want. Okay, like I always say, and I'll keep on saying, I don't have a specific formula for this camera raw filter. I just move the sliders around until I see what I like. Alright, so you can, if you want the same results that I'm going to get, you can just copy what I'm doing. Okay, then click on OK, and boom, that is how I created this flyer. Alright, I hope you learned something new, and if you did, tell me what you learned in the comment section. Alright, also like this video, subscribe to the channel because more amazing content is coming, and of course share this video to that designer friend you think will benefit from it. Alright, we'll meet in the next video. Love and light.